Okay, so this is one edge of my property where the water pools and stays the longest. It also leaves the property over here, which I'll show you. And we get to the road. I think it comes out right underneath that rock there, but not sure. And then it exits across the road. So again, here is the water. It comes to a pipe here, then it goes across the road, and then it goes down here. And this is pretty slow. It was fast earlier. It's slower now, and then that goes down all the way down, and it ends up in the lake, which you can see in the distance. This is a drainage attempt, my first attempt here. It goes down and then ends up in that basin I showed you at the back there where the road is. And it kids built the bridge, not me. So it goes up and then it goes into the swamp. You can hear the birds, the frogs. So this is another area where I believe it's seeping out from under these rocks and tree, going into a pool there, and then somehow gets into the rest of the swamp. So uphill from this looks like this. So I'm not sure if I'd be able to tap somewhere up there, but it leaks out all along. You can kind of see the wet along the line of the rocks. It does the same thing over here. It's coming out here and going into the swamp. And if you look down in here, it was wet the other day when I looked down in there, and there's another system here. So here's a rock that has water under it, and it joins the swamp over this way. Uphill looks like this. So I would think somewhere up there. I'm wondering about here because I see some baby ferns growing in there. It's quite green, and I know that downhill is one of the areas it's seeping out into a pool and then into the swamp. All right, we are at the front northwest corner of my property, and this is the last big area of water. It goes into a runoff creek, which goes down the hill to a culvert in the road, which takes it on down, and there's a lake further downhill. But I'll show you that from down there. I just wanted to get a view. So it goes into the other area of the swamp that I showed you. All right, so this is the bottom here. It flows out over there. I think it's coming in, so uphill from here. It's hard to see. Like seeping out here, perhaps over there, but coming from up here somewhere, maybe in that rock over there. I'll go look. So there's definitely a hollow here. Doesn't appear too wet, but maybe if I dug in here, lots of moss there. So this is one area, it definitely leaves my property. So the two areas that I know of, it just goes down here, and then this kind of absorbs but makes some pools all the way down. So this is another area. I think it might be seeping out from here under there and then re-emerging here and going into the pond. So this is another promising area where I think I might be able to tap a seep. It's definitely coming from up here. You can see how high that goes. There's a lot of grass here already, and in here you can see the grasses and quite green moss. I don't know if I'd have to go up further, but I can go up a little bit more while it's still my property. But it definitely is coming out over here. So now we're on the west side of the swamp. You can see the car through the bush of the driveway. And this way back is the south end of it. This is actually the deepest area right that I'm pointing. And it looks like this side of it feeds from uphill. This rock is mine. It also feeds from a creek that I'll show you in a, well, not a creek, but a little stormwater runoff stream, and comes in this area at the back here. But, these dips are pretty cool. It kind of goes in bowls. I don't know if I could use that somehow to catch runoff. And then it of course goes down to the swamp over there. So this is the runoff creek that feeds the southwest end of the swamp, and it goes all up here, and I'll show you where that's coming from. That runoff creek kind of starts right there, which is leaking, seeping from this beauty. And this, I believe, is filling from up there. And of course, up here. And there's another hollow section at the very back there, which goes into a culvert and spills on the other side of the road and then goes down to the lake. So here is one of the only places I've actually seen water wetness on the rock. And this is upstream or uphill of the pond over there. So this is the northeast corner of the property. My flag's over there. This is an area where water also enters through a dry creek bed system. I guess the runoff from that mountain. And then this goes and it's joined down at the south end of the swamp that I showed you earlier. So just some more video of the swamp. I'm on the north east side, or the southeast side, I should say. And that last video was southeast, not northeast as well, where we get runoff from the road. It's quite deep in some areas in here. It's beautiful. So we're kind of back where we started a little bit. There's the deck platform you saw. So you can see the seepage here from the rocks. At the back there, it goes into the swamp, and it also comes down here and seeps into here, and then into this wetland area, and then down to the road where I started showing you where my property starts. That's not actually the start of it. It goes another 250 feet north, but it's all rock. And then my creek I showed you earlier is connecting into that wetland area.